Light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, po nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga, still nigga. I like that second one. Light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, po nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga, still nigga. OJ like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
So what made you come down for a second day today?
We have to start planning. We have to start making movements beyond marching. We have to target their businesses with our money, and we have to pay attention to those that may need us. The way they did us, they're gonna see our face every day, okay? They're gonna see us every day in every way. They have children being slammed to the floor, and they want us to stop. They want us to be silent. They want their traffic and business to just flourish again, but nah, we have to shut it down. Like we said, we're gonna shut it down. We have to shut it down every day, every single day. Especially if you're from Waterbury. If you're from Waterbury, after what I saw, nah, it's not going down like that.
So my question for you today is, how was your experience yesterday? What was the reason why you came? And anything that impacted you from the whole movement yesterday?
I came to lend my presence. It's not my voice that needs to be heard here, but my presence speaks volumes, I feel. And I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I was ready. And I was really encouraged by the group and the atmosphere of the whole crowd, and kind of surprised in the actions of the police, honestly. You know, I know about police brutality and I know about these things, but I feel like I saw it in a different way yesterday. There was a woman in the cell next to me when we were in jail that had a 2-year-old that was with the sitter. And at this point, we were in jail at like 10 o'clock at night, and she needed to make a phone call to make sure somebody picked up her kid. And she was calling out and calling out and calling out, and eventually the guard opened the door and said, who needs to call their child? And she identified herself, and goes, you should have thought of that before you protested, and slammed the door. And my jaw dropped. I'd never seen something like that before. It's one thing to say, no, you don't get your phone call. It's another thing to lack that much compassion. And I think that was kind of the moment where I realized why I was in the cell.
So what made you come out here for a second day? What was your experience yesterday? And why do you feel that this movement is so important to you?
Well, first, again, we came up here from London, make sure that we support. We got friends in the area. I've come up, I performed over in this area before. I felt it was important to let them understand that, you know, all around the state, we got love for Waterbury, make sure that they feel supported. Same way that people were in New Haven were supported. I mean, I teach high school. I can see all my kids out here. I was talking to a lot of young bucks. I also feel like there has to be, you know, a form of coming into another city respectfully, you know, following the leadership that's there. So, you know, at the same time, it's holding all of us accountable. With that, it's easy to criticize a movement. It's easy to criticize a protest. But while you're in it, not only are you observing, but you're also there to point out and, you know, talk to people when things are going awry. With that, I mean, I pointed out several white allies that were there, quote unquote, antagonizing police that I had to call out. I felt that was our personal responsibility. Honestly, we're here a second day. We got a hotel. We were here to make sure that people got out. So we stayed all night making sure that people got out who were released.
Okay. And my other question for you is, how many people yesterday were arrested? To be exact?
Approximately 31 people were arrested. For the people that we accounted for, 28 were released. One person is still arrested. I think that's associated with something else that she had in the past. But we have gotten in contact with certain people as well as organizations that are willing to help her and make sure that she gets released and has someone there for her representing her.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for everything and wanting to be a part of the interview.
No problem.
And if there's
Thank you,
anything
guys.
else you want to say, or
I want to make sure that people understand that it's easy to criticize the movement. It's easy to just assume that everybody's going to elude the specific reason why we got into a confrontation with Waterbury police were because they made assumptions about how we were protesting. Anyone there that can tell you we were peacefully protesting the whole day. It was not until officers such as Officer J. Diaz were riding through with their horse, hitting people with their horse, swinging his baton around, that people were antagonized and re-energized. At one point we were ready to disperse and end our protest. Again, when you have officers present with batons and riot gear, you re-energize people, you re-traumatize people, and it causes people to act back out. So again, they assumed that we were going to go loot Walmart. No, we're actually going to Walmart to regroup and disperse. But again, they cut us off before we could even reach Walmart and assumed they were stopping a looting. So I talked to several officers. I can talk about several officers that were cooperating and trying to talk to us. I can talk about several officers that weren't trying to talk to us, would rather bang their baton and ride through the crowd. So again, it's not the optics of it. If you were there, you understand. We were peaceful the whole day until we were antagonized and re-energized. I appreciate you guys.
no problem. I hope you guys stay safe.
I just would like to keep the message that clear that we need to remember why we're protesting, because I think it's a lot of it's getting lost in this looter versus peaceful protester. Now we're focusing on how we're going to protest. The police all across the country have been acting out against reporters, protesters violently, completely violent. So, and that's regardless of looting or peaceful protests. So this is obviously not about how the protest is. Remember the message and why we're out here. The same people who are enacting violence on protesters are the reason we're out here in the first place. So yes, keep it like, I can't even police how people grieving right now because people are grieving. But this idea that now it's becoming about looters and rioting versus protesters, the message is police brutality and white supremacy needs to end. Period.
Shit. Like there was white people in like we had to physically cuss them out, like, yo, we are telling you chill the fuck out. And like we were at the police station and I just remember the propaganda and that at the end of the day all they see is black people as is just a hashtag and something for their headline, and we're more than that. And they were set, and there was white people there that were enacting on violence and like attacking like the police cars, and no one was doing that. And even after the protest was over, there was a white man in police boots sitting there pretending to be a part of waiting for people to come out of jail and just standing there like this.
Like
and we caught him on video.
He silently walked up and just stood there with us.
And then also like, of course, because of the environment being in black and brown people, we're like, what's your name? My name is Saeed. That's my street name. And just like the whole thing was tone deaf and like
super
sketchy as hell. And like this is what they're doing. They are sending people to spy on protesters, to harm them, and to create a headline. And don't allow media to make you think that it's us it's out here. In fact, we are being killed. Black people are being killed. Remember that. That's why we're here.
Because I heard yesterday they also said that people were looting or they went to go steal at Target. Target is all the way on the opposite side of Waterbury. Literally, look where we're at and look where Target is. So that doesn't make any sense.
And like when we're on our way to Walmart,
like
they stopped us. We were still 10 minutes away from even reaching it. Like.
And I want to get that message clear too, because I feel like a lot of people that I know from Waterbury, a couple of my friends worked at Walmart and they had to shut down Walmart and tell everyone to leave, and they
Oh, really?
think at Walmart that you guys looted the place when you guys
Not at
did
all.
not.
No.
Not at all. We never made it to Walmart.
And on
That's
top of
what-
that, even then, the destination was Walmart's parking lot because it was a big enough parking lot to facilitate that many people.
Mm-hmm.
And that was never part of the plan. To be very clear, they pushed us out from the parks.
Yes.
They were trying to push us out on from the streets. And then when we were walking, because where we were going, that we had no choice but to keep going straight, right? And then they're like, okay, they stopped us and they're like, okay, now you need to go back. And then, to be clear too, the only way back was through a way where no one will see us being policed through a bunch of trees and shit, and like no extra roads are going back through all the police that are right behind us. And so then we're going back. Their orders weren't even clear. They're like, oh, you can't go. They're like, they just told us that we can go back, and we decided to go back, so we're gonna go. And then they're like, oh, instead of the street, now everyone has
no,
to go
what
on
we
the
meant
sidewalk.
to say was go back on the sidewalk.
Like, that's not what you said.
You
and
said
that's not
turn
what
up the
orders
street.
were.
We just turn around and go back. That's what we did.
And they were
now it's be on the
antagonizing.
sidewalk. We're on the sidewalk. Now it's to walk like this. Now it's talk like this. That's what I mean. It's not about the protest. They don't want us to do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to find ways to break it down and nitpick it apart. Remember the message. They are the reason we're out here. But also I would like to say the media is being very dishonest. And for y'all to need us when the president is at your throat and the way you're spinning it on us. I saw on the news about how the protesters got arrested because we blocked I-84. We got arrested hours after we left the highway.
Hours after.
Hours after we left it.
Yeah, it's not. It's the media.
Be honest.
And then also too, some of the folks that got arrested were arrested on charges of like assault. When literally everyone, we were told specifically to go on the sidewalk and get off the street. There was 3 people and their feet were like this off the curb, doing what we were told, and they just said, go arrest them. And then they came and immediately attacked everyone. Slammed
It was
people.
like a movie, a really dystopian movie. We're talking to the police, explaining them. They're telling people, get out the street, and people are complying, slowly but complying. And he's like, our goal is to get you out of here.
Yeah.
I look up, and that's when the tactical gear lines up over here, and they line up over there.
And the
You're
bring
telling
the
us
forces in.
you're doing everything to get us out of here while you're boxing us in.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Officer Jose Diaz rode up on the sidewalk with a horse swinging a baton at me in front of the police station. And then the police told me it was my fault because it was, and I quote, a wild animal with a saddle. A horse is a... But just be honest about the things you see and the stories and the message, because a lot of media is trying to both sides it, and it's not fair.
Yeah.
We're out here dying. Like, be real, be honest.
Yeah, literally an officer had hugged another protester, and seconds later they
were
arrested that
arrested.
same woman. So she's saying, I just hugged an
And dragged her
officer
at that.
and just got arrested, dragged into the police station. And so what message are y'all really trying to say?
Wow.
And what they were doing was they sat there, they gave us what we thought we wanted, conversation, right, negotiations, just to sit there. And he was so ready and trigger happy. Remember that they are trigger happy, that they want to fight people. They want to enact violence. They don't care about peaceful protesting. They want to do that. Stop letting people make it seem like it is us and we're trying to fight a fight. That is a fight that they're doing to us. They want to hurt people. That is why they put the badge on. It gives them a reason to kill black people. They get a fix off of black oppression. It gives them something to do in the morning with their bored, privileged lives. They have nothing to do at all.
Again, let it be known, they were fully cooperating with us all throughout the day, until the point that they were tired of us protesting.
Yeah,
And they said, y'all been protesting all day. So I'm like, okay, so basically you're saying you're tired of seeing us out here. Those are quote by quote their words. Y'all been out here all day. At one point y'all gotta stop. At one point we have to stop protesting against police brutality. They tell you exactly what they mean in their words.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're watching here is the news coverage outlet approaching the protesters in regards to the events that happened in the protest the day prior. They're asking for a reaction and how they felt during these protests.
As you can see, there's the protesters huddling up together to make sure that the article that they spread the day before was an accurate and positive light, to make sure that the message was being spread correctly. After checking the article, the protesters realized that the message that was being spread was not correct and that it had errors. So they told the news coverage outlet that until the message was spread the right way and that it was put in a positive light, that they would not be sharing any emotions or doing any interviews until the article was updated and made the correct way.
Until the story is updated to the parent. Period.
Look at his haircut.
I'm not coming for the money. At the end of the day, NBC ain't for us. They ain't a black publication.
Hell no.
We not talking until y'all update that story.
Facts.
Period. We don't need y'all. Y'all need us. They need a story from us. We don't
We
need
put it out the right way. That's why we got us.
We got our own journalists. We got our own journalists.
Everybody come on.
You know how much, you know how good YouTube is? Everything be going viral on YouTube. They gonna be coming to us.
Right.